Hi, travelers. Tara here, and welcome to fall. Happy fall equinox. I know it's already passed. I hope everyone had a great Labor Day. For those of you who have relatives and friends and loved ones down in the Bahamas, please know that they are in my thoughts and prayers as they try to recover. Those of you who are in the path of the hurricane at this moment, again, you are in my thoughts and prayers. Please, if you know that you are in an area in which it floods or there's a possibility of flooding, please do your best to get to higher ground and safer ground. Um, Website members, I am about to complete the first set of readings for the month of September. These will be the individual readings. Probably they will be coming out over the weekend. And what I will do is I will send out a newsletter letting you guys know this, okay? I've got a couple of articles, so everything is kind of piecemeal. My office is still in shambles, but it's okay. I will be painting this weekend. So that's always the first step. And once I start painting, then I can start putting in bookcases or shelves or whatever it is that I need to do. I tell you what, buying a house is really, when I just made my first mortgage payment, and I cannot tell you what a joy that was. So, but today, after I finish this and finish a few more of the website readings, I will be going my first foray into plumbing today. And basically, I'm just changing out the drain in my tub, putting a toe topper stop thing in there. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We shall see. And Lowe's has become my favorite place. The hardware store has always been one of my favorite places. I just absolutely love it, and I would prefer to go spend my money there than any place else. And so, do you know that they make compact circular saws? I bought myself one. What? Because, I don't know if you guys have a fantasy life, but I have a vivid fantasy life. And in my fantasy life, I am this badass furniture builder, okay? That I just build stuff. I dream of the wood and all of the things that that I want to build. And so I really get a kick out of that. So maybe I might be doing some simple furniture, because going from 750 square feet to 1600 square feet, I literally just don't have the furniture to fill up the space. So we shall see. I want you guys to pray for me because this weekend is the IKEA build weekend. We have to build my daughter's bed and my new sofa that has come. We're gonna wait, of course, till after we paint. We're gonna start in her room first, but I'm just saying, it arrived with 13 boxes, and I'm just like, oh no. So we shall see. But anyway, I'm going to bring you guys an open reading today. I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite, the Radiant White deck. I have both the Angel Answer and the Romance Angel cards, the La Vida Sibila, and the playing cards. And we're just going to open up the cards and see what messages they have to bring forward. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and the messages will not resonate with everyone. In order to do that, if you have something you want to take a look at or get an idea about that requires a personal reading, you can click on the eye here. That'll take you directly over to the website. And I have all types of reading packages from 1 question up to 90 minutes. So pick your package, and that's that. I also am going to be sitting down and taking my first testing on the astrology. Remember I told you I'm getting my astrology certification, and they're already moving on to the second lesson, and I haven't tested out of the first one yet, so I've got to get that done as well. I tell you what, buying a house, like I said, is great, but then you got to do stuff. And by doing stuff, I mean you got to do stuff. So that's pretty cool, though. So with that said, let's take a look at the cards and see what they have to say. Judgment. I hope you guys can see this, okay? Judgment. I don't know if you can. It's such a glare, but I don't know where it's coming from. Judgment. Oh, look. The sun. Oh, wow. That's lovely. There's a King of Wands. Huh. Wow. Isn't that something? So perhaps some of you are dealing with a fire sign male, Aries, Leo, and or Sagittarius. Um, if not a fire sign male, then perhaps someone who, this may be your boss, or it could be some kind of entrepreneurial type of person, business owner. Even if you are female watching this, this could be you in your own masculine energy. With our timing here, we're looking at, in a sense, the summer, or perhaps the end of summer, knowing that Labor Day is officially the last day, considered to be the last day of summer. Also, the Judgment card is a fire card, so there's fire all across the top of this particular row. Judgment. This is the idea of, first of all, if you've been waiting on some kind of news or message, that message will be coming in or has come in already. It is also the idea of being called to a new life. If you notice, those figures are standing up in their graves. They're being called to a new life. For some of you, this could be the idea that help is on the way. As you know, I always look at that. That's the international symbol for a hospital. So help, aid, comfort, a fix, something of that nature. Oh, I'm hot and I'm having a hot flash and I don't know what's what. So I'm going to get a little air going on in here. Also, judgment can be the idea of discernment, of observation and discernment, and using your quote-unquote best judgment to come to some kind of decision. Something is being announced, something is coming, a decision is made or will be made, or a decision is going to be required. But also it could speak to some kind of legal issue. Okay, so let's lay the rest of the cards down and see what they have to say. There's the Three of Wands. Wow, nothing but fire so far. Oh, here. Let's just see that. There you go. Wow, that's interesting. And the Three of Pentacles. Holy smokes. Wow. Six of Wands. Wow. Wow. Six of Cups. Holy smokes. Wow. The Tower has come in. Well, well, well. And again, it's a fire card. It's that Martian, Uranian energy. Well, and the Four of Wands. Well, isn't that something? What's underneath the deck? The Ten of Pentacles. My goodness. This is a very, now y'all, here I go. This is an interesting reading. Oh my God, it's so interesting. But you know, every spread, no matter if I'm doing an open reading, no matter if I'm doing individual readings or mini readings or personal readings, every single spread is interesting in the idea of the story that it tells. Okay? It's always the stories as a card reader that I find to be most interesting, even though I don't understand sometimes what I'm reading or even what I'm talking about, and I may be a bit off the mark, you know. I did a reading for a girl yesterday, and the phrase that kept coming up was "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater," and it turns out that she's expecting her second child, and that was just such a weird thing. But that's all my guides kept going. Tell her, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I have no clue why it was saying that, but I feel for some of you, the 2 3s and the 2 6s are most definitely important because they repeat themselves. And I think what I find to be interesting, There are 3 people there. There are 3 people here. Now, there are 2 children in this card, or young persons. There's a couple here. There are 2 people falling out of the tower. And then there's a whole group of people right here. A family unit, or at least people who've been around each other and are comfortable with each other. And here we see behind this figure all of these people. So based upon that, what I feel that I'm looking at is something major and monumental that is not only about a change for a family unit or a group of people, because sometimes the 10 of Pentacles can be a career card. It in that 10th house. It could be your highest ideal, what success is. For some people, this is their family. For other people, it's that corner office and the new Maserati. You know what I mean? So, you know, success is only defined by what you determine that it is, not what anyone else determines success is for you. And I just have this one lone male court card here. So again, either this is somebody that you know or that you're dealing with, or this is you in your energy, male or female, same sex, heterosexual, whatever the case may be. I feel as though some decision was made to move forward on something. Past, present, future, interplay of the cards. So here in the past, for someone out there, or some of you, if you recognize this situation, something came through for you. Some news, some message, some help, some aid, some assistance, something that was going to bring about a new way of life for you. It was positive, yes. Here, the 3 of Wands. 3s are always the start of something, the beginning of something. 2 things coming together to make a 3rd thing. You see, we've got the 2 wands behind him. So 2s always represent choices, options, dualities, and being at a crossroads. So obviously, some information came in which someone made a decision to move forward, to move ahead with something. Now, this card can sometimes, it speaks to childhood and memory and nostalgia, kindness, the giving of gifts. Sometimes I've seen it shown up when you may be redecorating your home, painting, or you know, changing out your soft furnishings, your pillows and blankets, things of that nature. Sometimes this card can also be the idea of traveling back home to your childhood home, going back to some place that really brings back fond memories for you, childhood memories. I've seen it sometimes show up when you're going back to high school reunions, things of that nature. This is also known in a roundabout way as the soulmate card. Now, for what I want to, and I always caution you, soulmates are not always romantic. Soulmates can be business partners. Soulmates can be someone that you have brief contact with as you're trying to move through a particular situation. So let's not consider that this is a fully romantic situation, because it could be many things. With all of the wands and all of the fire and the coins in the center, this reads to me like some kind of business deal, some kind of financial aspect. That still doesn't rule out that this is not some kind of romantic thing as well. This could be the idea that you meet somebody at your job where you work and you guys just like hit it off totally, right? So there are many things here. You make the decision. I guess you are okay, or it makes you feel good. It makes you feel safe. It puts you in a place where there's contentment. We see that there are gifts being exchanged here. But down the center, the sun comes to shine down. Again, this idea of, this to me always represents the idea of trying to build something. We see that, hold on. I don't know who that is. I don't have any friends with an 866 number prefix. So anyway, we see that column there, that with the 3 pentacles over it. So this is about putting down a cornerstone or laying down some kind of foundation. You take your plans to someone, you bring your plans out, you look over your budget. Can I afford to do this? Let's go get some advice. This implies that because he's standing on the bench, that this person has a bit more skill and knowledge and maybe at a higher level than these 2 individuals. But nevertheless, these 2 individuals have come together to gain a bit of advice to figure out what else needs to be done, or what can be improved, or what needs to be removed. So still, it's the idea of 2 things coming together to make a third thing. So it's a new foundation that is being built. We see that, I do sense here with this 6 of Wands, that there's some kind of victory here. Whatever this thing is, this information, this message, and this decision to join forces with someone else really kind of carries you through this particular situation. This is about leadership, right? This is about overcoming those obstacles that you had to deal with. What I find to be interesting is that from the King of Wands to the 3 gives me 4 wands, right? But from the 3 to the 6 gives me an additional 3 wands. Yes. The 3 to the 4 gives me another wand. The King plus the 6 gives me 7 wands. Now, 7s can be this moment of, wait a minute, you know, there's a pause, there's a reflection. As you know, in the card, you see the guy standing on a hill with his stick, and he's beating back all of these other things that are coming up from underneath. And I kind of get the sense that that could be what this Tower card is all about. Something unexpected happens. Okay? Now, but yet, this gives me 5 wands, the King to the... So, again, it kind of says to me that something major happens, something completely unexpected. But the thing is that it doesn't really, it doesn't collapse. Whatever this thing is, it doesn't collapse totally. Maybe this was something that you were banking on, or that you absolutely were certain was going to occur. But this says that whatever that one thing is, there's one thing that was not solidly built. It was not, it wasn't a strong structure, whether this is a belief system. This could even be an actual building. I have seen this card show up sometimes when accidents will happen around a home, to say maybe there's a fire, an electrical fire that happens, or maybe your basement got flooded. And you know, we're going through this weather right now, so this could be your home was destroyed, the foundation, it was leveled, it was wiped off the thing. But yet, look what it says still, that you're going to, at the very least, still be able to welcome others into your home. This could be the idea that maybe you had some kind of damage, but it wasn't completely a disaster, and then you're able to help and assist someone else. Remember, kindness. This is the shacking up card, right? Not the marriage card, so to speak, but the shacking up card. This card over here, the Ten of Pentacles, kind of says to me that that's the overall energy. So this can be about generational monies. This could be about family finances. But what it implies basically is that it's a group of people who know each other very well. They're quite comfortable with each other. Everybody knows their role. Everybody knows their place. Everybody does what they're supposed to do. And when the machine operates like that, then everyone can benefit, right? Even the dogs. There's dogs in there. I do kind of get the sense that this is a family situation. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at. Maybe this is the idea that you had planned on getting married, but something came up and now you've got to change plans. But there's a group of people that whatever this, because for it to be a 6, it had to be a 5 first. So that's fights, arguments, disputes. Maybe it's everybody trying to get, you know how, like you plan for big events and it's so stressed out and everybody's got something they want to say, and or you got one person who's trying to micromanage every damn thing, and you know what I'm saying? And then suddenly everybody just kind of pulls together and you move through. But this is about leadership. So what I want to do, see, I have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. So this is about, I honestly, as you know, when I read cards, the major arcana outweigh the pip cards. So this is about some news or information or help or being called to a new path, if you will. It is about discernment. It could be some kind of legal issue. The Sun not only is the most positive card in the deck that says that, you know, things will flourish. Look, and again, there's this announcement. There's a banner, and banners or flags always announce things, right? Back in the olden times when, you know, they had messages, they would put out banners, or if there was a war, everybody carried a banner. So again, but the Sun doesn't come out to warm, just to make things positive and imply growth and positivity. The Sun also illuminates things, right? I mean, you can clearly see what you need to see when the sun is shining. But this just says that either something you were banking on, you were trying to build, you wanted to join forces with, is not something solid. And again, sometimes this Tower card can be that idea of that sudden insight, that epiphany. Holy smokes. It doesn't always mean anything negative, right? It just says that something that you thought was safe and secure and solid wasn't. Okay? But even still, sometimes this is a sudden breakup. I've seen it. Right? Somebody leaving out of the blue. And it's these 3 people here. A sudden separation, perhaps. But due to circumstances beyond your control or their control. That's really what that says. The Tower is about things you have absolutely no control over. Crap just happens. Okay? So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the pip cards as they relate to Judgment, the Sun, and the Tower. And what I will be looking at, 3 of Wands, 3 of Coins, 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands. So we will start out with the Wands section. And honestly, to me, it just reads like, you know, I'm not even going to say that because it just, I can't quite put my finger on it yet. Now, 2 threes, and we do have tell of a small but pleasant surprise. Now, as I was saying, this is not, hold on one second, this is not always negative. It could suddenly be just something out of the blue that you don't expect. Blue, Luke, what are you doing? Come in here and sit down. Come in here and keep me company. Come on. Come keep me company. That's a good boy. Oh, yes, that's a good boy. I want you to sit down. Will you sit down? Will you sit down? Don't beat me with your tail. Just sit down. You gonna sit down? Be a good boy? Okay, whatever. So sometimes this can be just something unexpected that like blows your socks off. This is like all of a sudden finding out, you know what? I won the lotto. Okay? Something of that nature. Don't quote me on that, but so 2 3s, a small but pleasant surprise. We also know that surprises sometimes are not so pleasant, but we shall see. So nothing about the 3 of Wands. We're going to take a look now at the 3 of Pentacles. Yes, honey, what can I do for you? Oh, dog yoga? Oh, you done dog yoga? What? Well, now, this is what I was saying. This is interesting. The 3 of Pentacles with the Sun brings a message that your innate talents will come to the fore and you will have success and personal fulfillment. You have a right to feel secure on your path and are asked to maintain faith in yourself and stay positive. But it also shows up with the Tower. It tells you to prepare yourself to make necessary changes to plans. Otherwise, there may be a loss in business or some other negotiation. So that's why we go from the 6 to the 4. We lose 2 wands. So there's obviously some decision or some choice that you make surrounding this. I mean, I think you make the right choice at first. But of course, you know, once you make one decision, of course, there always is going to be another whole host of things. So this could be the idea that, you know, maybe you decided to join forces or get financing from somebody and everything was going fine. And then bam, all of a sudden they said, you know what, we can't finance it, or you're not going to get as much money as we originally told you. So it's that kind of thing. If this is a plan to move or something like that, try to have backup for your backup for your backup, right? So there's that 3 of Pentacles there. Now we're going to look at the, now with any 3 of Pentacles, with any other 3 numbered cards, is an indication that hard work and some obstacles will present before completion of successful work and rewards. Look, I just don't feel that this is anything bad. I just think there's going to be a swerve on you, an unexpected detour. Doesn't mean you still can't get where you want to go. Make sense? Okay, so let's take a look at the 6 of Wands and we'll look at the 2 6s, what it means. Now, in a relationship reading, let's say a romantic reading, 2 3s can mean, I think, excessive flirting and cheating. And 2 6s tell of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. Okay? 2 completely weird things, but they don't sound like they go together. Right. So here, it says 2 6s. Tell of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. So we see that. Nothing about that. Let's look at the 6 of Cups. And then I'm going to look at the romance readings and give it to you again because I may have given it to you incorrectly. So just bear with me. The 6 of Cups. Let's see if it's next to anything. Nothing. So let's move over to the 4 of Wands here. Nothing about the 4 of Wands. So now, let me go to my docs and take a look at the multiples and pairings of the 2 3s and the 2 6s. Okay? 2 3s, one of you is craving more excitement and change. 2 6s, issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. I don't know. Maybe one of you has a stronger temperament than the other. Maybe there's just, sometimes I've seen this when there's a big old fight. Everything's going along fine and suddenly somebody just lose their damn mind. Know what I mean? So it happens like that sometimes. Sit down, baby. Come sit down. So what we're going to do, you know what I really want to look at? I want to take a look at 2 cards. And normally I don't pull cards on major arcanas because they're pretty much self-explanatory. Actually, I'm going to look at 3 cards. I'm going to look at the Judgment. I want to see what this thing really is all about. I think that would give me a bit more, what do you call it? Insight, perhaps? I don't know. Sometimes the cards don't want to. It's this row that is kind of standing out to me. Yeah, let's go ahead and move in together. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to do this. Let's get together. Let's do this. Same thing here. Yeah, okay, I've decided. Let's do it. Okay, well, yeah. I'll lead the way. And everything's going to be great. So what is this? I once had somebody tell me my readings are too positive. I don't try to make them too positive. I just honestly go on what my intuition and my guides are showing me. So far, they have not spoken up to say anything. So let's see. What is this Judgment all about? What is the news? What is the message? What is the decision? What is the weighing up? Clear-eyed clarity. What is that all about? Villamante, male, lover. Are they same-sex or heterosexual? Leggerezza. So, leggerezza is the actual meaning of the card is a changing sensitivity. This is about tact and diplomacy. Remember I said there could also be some kind of legal issue. You know, you want to be eloquent. You want to think before you speak. That card is also sometimes looked at as the sex card. But here's the falsità. So the hidden intentions or the lies. Wow. Maybe this is the idea of maybe you found out something about somebody and it's changed the way that you feel about them. But either you are not certain whether it's the full truth, what you're saying is actually what you're saying, or maybe what you've heard. But there's definitely some kind of change here, some kind of clarity, and some decision being made, right? You know, and sometimes, and I'm just going to say this, you know, sometimes we tell little white lies. Sometimes we have to buy ourselves time. You know, your great aunt calls and calls and calls and calls, you know, and you really ain't doing nothing, but you can never get her off the damn phone. So you tell her, you know, hey, I got to do something right quick. You know, you caught me in the middle of something when you really weren't, you know, like that. So we shall see. We're going to pull conjure cards on that and see what they have to say. I want to take a look at this I'm going to actually pull cards across these 2 threes. What are you doing? Give me that! We caught him eating plastic. Hold on one second. And my daughter... You bad dog. Where did you get that from? Where is the other half of it? Where is the other half of it? You are a bad dog. Stay on that bed so I can figure out what you were doing. Holy moly. I hope he didn't eat the other half, because if he did, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Oh my God. Okay. Come sit down. Come on. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Come here. Come here. You're not in trouble. I want you to sit down. Stay. That's a good boy. You stay right there. Stay. All right, let's take a look at these 2 3s. Holy smokes. Where is the other half of that ball? I hope you didn't eat it. Oh my God. Dispiacere. The anxiety, the worry, the fear, the tears. Sospiri. The sighing, the longing, the waiting. This to me looks like somebody coming back. And the amore. Huh. Maybe somebody else has made a decision. Maybe they told you something that they were going to go off and do something else or be with someone else. I don't know. Let's take a look at this Tower card. And maybe some of you decide, you know what? Okay, fine, whatever, go do that. And then, let's see what the Tower card has to say. Let's just see here. The Dottore, which is a professional, someone who comes in to help. A lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, a counselor. Costanza. So whatever this collapse is, this thing is, this, it's unchanging. Okay? And that's kind of an odd energy to have on a falling tower, because that implies that nothing is static. It's not solid, it's not stable, it's wobbly. It could collapse at any moment. But here's Costanza. And then the Prigione. So this is the man constrained by his past or his actions. And if I had to pick, now isn't that's so funny? Because if I had to sum this up, this reads like the idea of getting back together with someone or someone returning into your life, and then suddenly, out of the blue, the person says, no, I can't do it. I won't do it. And they are unmoving in that. It's almost as if they pull the rug right out from under you. So, it's like the person then chooses to move on. You see, and I think what's interesting is that that's a 10. That's the overall energy. It's a 10. So that tells me this is changing. But what happens is it changes out of the blue. Well, isn't that something? These cards, I tell you what. Eight of Hearts. There's another Tower, the Joker. And there's the Two of Spades. That's the news. Completely, out of the blue. Jack of Clubs. That's like the Knight of Wands, the Knight of the Page. Again, message or news. Oh, wow. Ace of Hearts. So some new kind of relationship, some new kind of partnership. That's also a 2, what the Judgment is all about. It's the number 2. But it's also, again, choice, duality, options. 3 of Diamonds on a 3 of Coins. So some new kind of project being built, something new being built. a new relationship, a new romance, a new family, a new, sometimes I've seen the Ace of Hearts show up when it talks about a new financial opportunity as well. So, you know, I mean, Two of Hearts, Nine of Hearts, like the Nine of Cups, and the Seven of Spades. Look, you know, these cards always surprise me because on the surface, this looked really just beautiful. But then once I layered on the Sabilas and I have layered on the Conjure cards, this is whatever this thing is. Whoever this is, whatever this is. I think if I had to, what my guides are saying is that be prepared for the unexpected. They are saying to me, it is not as bad as you think, but it is definitely going to be something completely out of the blue. No matter whether this is a business deal, a financial deal, a romantic situation, something is, and it happens rapidly. It just happens rapidly out of the blue. I don't feel that this is anything like somebody gets hurt or somebody dies or something of that nature. It just, somebody changes their mind on something. It's like before, it was all talk. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to get together. We're going to join forces, you know, X, Y, and Z. But I think maybe had I really paid attention to that Ten of Pentacles, let's pull cards on that. Because it changes. Whatever this thing was, this association, this familial unit, this group, this organization, it's a 10. It's about to change. The Gran Signore. The Melancholia, depression. And I don't know who this is, the Vecchia Signora. Now that's kind of an odd card to come out because she represents someone like a family member, a mother or an aunt. I don't know. It could be that this is something that was left to this Gran Signore. Like maybe the Gran Signore maybe got some news that he was left an inheritance, because sometimes that's an inheritance card. And all of a sudden you find out, well, he ain't going to share that shit with you. Or she's not going to share that shit with you. You know? Person decides they're going to move on and do something different. Isn't that something? Well, let's see here. I'm going to pull 3 Conjure cards on that set of cards over there. Then I'm going to read you the meanings of these Conjure cards. 4 of Diamonds. 9 of Clubs. And the 10 of Spades. Now, it's not the Ace, it's the 10. Alright, let's start out where we were. The 8 of Hearts. It's like some announcement, like I said. It says, an unexpected gift or visit and an invitation to a party. And it does. Literally, it comes out of the blue, unexpected, some news, some message. That's the Joker card. And this, in the Conjure cards, this is like the Tower. Look, there's a horse on it too. So something happens, news comes, there's some movement, there's something planned. Let me explain to you how the Joker, it is the wild card. It just means that something unexpected and uncontrolled occurs. That's really all it means. But with this Two of Spades, it speaks to a break in a relationship. An important process, a break in an important process in your life. If this is concerning a particular romantic interest, this is a warning card that infidelity or separation is quite likely. Whatever this thing is, it's huge. It's a big decision. Maybe this is to move forward with someone else. Yeah? Jack of Clubs. It says somebody who's dark-haired and fiery. Popular, good-hearted, and playful. Well, but look. Somebody's all upset and they're waiting for this person or this situation. This says love and happiness, the home, a love letter. It indicates troubles and problems are lifting, but it's lifting why? I'm going to read you the two different. Now this says a legal letter. So be tactful with others in order to avoid disputes. Remember, I said it's a 5 and then it's a 6. Remember I said that. A warm partnership or engagement. This is a favorable card that indicates strength and support coming from a partner. Well, here we have the Doctore there. With the 9, it says the card of wishes and dreams. Okay? What you desire is this partnership with this individual. But then, unmovingly, the person decides to either leave, abscond, whatever it was. Remember I said it's like they snatched the rug right out from under you. The 7 says there is some advice that is best not taken, or it speaks about a loss of some sort. Now we saw that the 3 of Pentacles with this, some kind of negotiation, something that there's some loss. It's telling you to be prepared, that things are going to be favorable, but then suddenly the rug is snatched right out from under you. It says there are some obstacles to success and can indicate that the obstacles may be coming from within you. But over here, this 4 of Diamonds. See, it says a financial upswing, or an older person may give advice on this 10. But then it follows up with the 9 of Clubs, which says achievement, sometimes a wealthy marriage, or a sudden windfall. On that 10 of Pentacles, whatever that thing is, this inheritance, this sudden windfall, this wealthy marriage, maybe the old lady maybe kicked the bucket and then suddenly all of a sudden the person gets all of the money and then all of a sudden they tell you, I want a divorce. Oh my God, how horrible. Because here's the 10 of Spades. And it says worry and bad news. Now, there is a different set of interpretations here. And let me just go ahead and give it to you. Okay. Actually, there's 3 sets. I'm just going to give them to you. The next set of interpretation, we'll just start here. So whatever this thing is, it's big. Okay, I'm just not going to lie to you. You start with the 8 of Hearts. It symbolizes a gift or an offering. You will either receive or give the gift. It is given with pleasure. It could be something material. It could just as likely be a gift of time, love, friendship, wisdom, or peace of mind. It is a sign that gifts will be both given and received. Remember, that's exactly what I was saying to you. And again, the Joker is the It's the unknown, something out of the blue that just comes up. With the Two of Spades. Wow. I'm going to give you all of these interpretations because whatever this thing is, I think that it is major. Two of Spades represents a hiccup. You are advised not to overreact, as the inconvenience is only temporary and is not of great importance. A gentle, tactful response will smooth troubled waters and may be likely to enhance your reputation, depending on what this is. You know, could also be the thing that the straw that breaks the camel's back. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at these. This Jack of Clubs here. The Joker depicts someone who follows their own path, independent, unconventional, in touch with nature, and free of fear. This is about somebody coming to terms with themselves, and they are free of petty jealousies and small-mindedness, and they just figure out a way to just do whatever it is they got to do and move on. Wow, isn't that something? So we'll start with the where are these clubs? Here we go. Symbolizes a young person, honest, reliable, hardworking, supportive, and sincere. They will be very fond of you, but you are likely to overlook this person because he or she is content to remain in the background. This person will prove ultimately to be a good friend who will remain long after the fair weather friends have left. It says that this is an indication that you have a good friend you are not truly aware of. But what I don't understand is if this person, maybe this person announces out all of a sudden that they're gonna, you know what I mean, join forces with somebody new, and maybe you had been considering doing that with that individual. Ace of Hearts. The Home card promises joy, happiness, and pleasure. It can be shared with family and friends. It says that consequently the joy could be a strong, passionate, romantic relationship, or it could mean a love affair with a new hobby or interest. It could even indicate a spiritual awakening. No matter what this card produces, it says that great happiness will follow. Traditionally, this card is related to young love and is a sign of marriage and children. However, it can have a much broader meaning and relevance because it could also be, you know, speaking about somebody who's 80 years old. Three of Diamonds. Communication concerned with money, legal papers, a contract, a will. There's also, it speaks of confusion. It says the outcome will be delayed and will not bring as much satisfaction as you wish. I don't know what to tell you about this. Two of Hearts indicates quiet pleasures, time spent alone. It shows that you need to learn to appreciate the small happy moments more than you do. Typically, it is good news concerning love and romance. Here's the Nine of Hearts. It is known as the Wish card. It shows that you are growing and developing in all areas of life, that joy and happiness is richly deserved, that you are deriving pleasure and satisfaction from helping. It signifies spiritual growth. But the only thing that can undermine this is the materialistic side of life. Here's the Seven. Why are you... I'm almost done, honey. Hang on. I promise I'm almost done. I want to look at the Spades because there's something else going on here. What we will end up doing is we will end up pulling both a romance card and a angel answer card. Seven of Spades indicates partial success. This can be frustrating as often you will have worked for a long time and consequently will expect more in the way of rewards than you ultimately receive. You are asked to step back, reassess the situation, then move forward again in a slightly different direction. You will need time to reflect, think, and learn from the experience. It does promise long-term success, but only after a lengthy period of sustained effort. Four of Diamonds. It is a sign of slow, steady progress toward a financial goal. It is achieved through thrift and hard work and good money management. As the client's fortunes improve, so will his or her reputation. Well, there he is, the Gran Signore. See? And remember I said, this is your highest ideal card. Over here, he's the Lamante. Over there, he's over here. This is where he was at the beginning of this. Okay, Nine of, I hope that makes sense. The Nine of Clubs represents feelings of satisfaction and contentment. You will be particularly pleased that the success has come about without hurting others. You will start looking for new and exciting challenges that will stretch you farther than before. You will also enjoy working with or being part of group activities, often in a counseling or supportive role. But then, out of the blue, this Ten of Spades. It represents a blockage or a dead end. It is considered the card of disappointment. It means that something that you've been working for can no longer progress unless you are prepared to make a change of direction. And maybe this is why this occurs. Sometimes this is the universe kind of course correcting you. It says that most people, though, are reluctant to do this and will blame themselves or others for their misfortune. Again, the message is to step back, pause, reevaluate, and decide where to go from here. Once done, you can make a new start and ultimately achieve success. Now, there's a third set of interpretations, and they just like quick to the point. And so let's take a look at these. Hold on one second. I don't see it there. Here we go. Eight of Hearts. It says that movement, things will finally move in the direction that you want them to. You have decided to leave a situation and move forward. Again, that unexpected gift or invitation to a party. With that Joker, again, this is just something you did not plan for. Something out of the blue has happened. But here is that Two of Spades. It says scandal, malicious gossip, deceit, and a change for the worse in a situation. Can also be an indication of warning of infidelity and separation of a couple. Normally I would say you need to do some cleansing and protection work so that you can move yourself through this. Jack of Clubs can be a reliable friend who has your back and stand by you. Sincere but impatient. But if this person is an enemy, the person will be vengeful, wrathful, and quick to anger. But it could also be news about work or project. Okay, it says you are growing spiritually and abundance and freedom is yours. The Ace of Hearts. Hey, quit molesting the cat. It says good news, love and happiness. It also says troubles and problems are moving away from you. You are growing stronger spiritually and emotionally. But here's this Three of Diamonds, which says you need to keep cool because fights and domestic disputes, it can sometimes indicate a legal letter or news, and it cautions to be tactful with others and disputes at this time. So I would tell you to do a peaceful home vigil if you were getting your conjure reading and this came up for you. Two of Hearts. Hey! Prosperity and success. It says give careful thought about changing a job. Okay. This is really what this says. With the 9, it tells you that it's a card of satisfaction. It shows good fortune is on the way, particularly after a difficult financial time. But this Seven of Spades says, beware of deceit by someone you trust, quarrels, stress from overdue bills, and overload. But it starts, all starts, or what hangs over this, is this Four of Diamonds. Is this Ten of... Hold on one second, because he is always molesting the cat. Luke! Okay, this is about... It says, let go of the past as you are blocking yourself and you need to release the fear that is binding you. Again, can indicate financial upswing or assistance from an older person, do a cut and clear and or a road opener. The Nine of... Luke! It says you feel confused and in a rut. And you're having disputes with friends over money. Stop, stand still, and focus on your goal. Again, it's about some wealthy marriage or something like that. But this 10 of... Whatever this thing is, it does not end the way that you want it to. It says you are at your personal low and you're depressed with worry and grief. Melancholia. It also speaks to an imprisonment of your spirit. Bad news, illness, an accident, bad luck, being jinxed or crossed, or moving too fast. So if it's being jinxed or crossed, you'd have to do a cleansing bath or a set of jinx removal things. Whatever this thing is, I don't know how it's going to affect you or how it's going to come about. I think the cards, everything at the moment looks really sunny and rosy. But we go from this to this. Does that make sense? So something is coming for someone out there. Don't know how or what. Let's go ahead and pull a romance angel. In case this is a, marriage or long-time romantic interest, or the idea that you were just about to, thought you were going to be joining forces with somebody and all of a sudden they're like, hell no. Okay. Even if it's a business thing, right? And maybe we can address that with the, what do you call it? Angel answer cards. These are the romance angel cards. So here we go. Oh, this is really long. It says give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Now, I don't know. Maybe you decide to leave some damn body. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. And it says abundance. That just flew out of the deck. You saw it? Wow, that's kind of an odd thing. So let's read it. Come here. I want you to sit down and quit chewing on the cat. Give your relationship a chance. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to read it for you. Somebody knows what this means. The romance angels see that your relationship is worth devoting effort to. Although there may be issues, these can be worked through and healed. You'll need to commit to the relationship to ensure the best chance of success. At the very least, if you do end it, you'll know that you gave it your all. You'll also understand the role that you played in its dynamics. In this way, you will avoid attracting similarly painful situations in the future. You received this card because there is hope for your partnership. The love is still there. Perhaps working with a counselor may be your best option at this point. This professional can identify areas of dysfunction and guide you both in healthier directions. Don't know. Abundance. Great abundance will find its way into your life. Your plans will yield prosperity, providing a sense of security about the future. Your angels will be with you as you take the necessary actions to manifest your dreams. Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a large circle of friends, vibrant health, or romantic love. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven to receive with gratitude that which you desire. So I don't know, it can't be positive for everybody that's hearing this, and it's not going to be negative for everybody that hears this. It really depends upon your own situation and what you have going on in your life. I do hope those messages helped, and until next time, namaste.